I don't have that connecting to chat problem, so hope you guys can bounce on with me. This is Annalisa from My Spiritual Friend, and tonight I will be doing, again, live 30-minute readings. You can hear me! I bought a new microphone, so I'm super excited. You have no idea how bummed I was about not working. So hopefully people will join on. And I have a meditation I want to do, a centering meditation I want to do. I'm probably going to just start out where I do them live. And no music as background until I can sort of figure out all of that, since it's a slow process, but I'd like to get some of them on there. All right, real quick, the rules. I am not a lawyer. I am not a doctor. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not a therapist. If you need one of those, please seek those. All readings and divinations are for the purposes of entertainment only. So, Rochelle, they said for your upcoming trainings starting the 30th, I actually felt like it's like you're an old hat at it. It's no big deal. It'll go really, really well. Much better than you expected. Hola, Kay. What do your angels want you to know this week? I don't know if you've been thinking about doing something new, because it sort of feels like going back to school or something. They're talking about laying the groundwork for things coming, like it's time to start kind of laying the groundwork and getting things going. I also keep seeing a pile of laundry, which is not really, but that's what I keep seeing. Let me know if that makes any sense. Weight loss, trying to lose 100 pounds. Okay, so get the groundwork going. So it's but I also feel like laundry. Is there laundry that needs to be done? I don't know why they were focusing on that. So this is like the time for you to start really start going and working on it, finding yourself. I feel like it would really help you too to have somebody who will help hold you accountable. Yes, you're doing laundry today. Okay. Sometimes they come up with funny stuff like that. It's like, it's totally mundane and weird, but just to like sort of give you a validation. Hello, saccharine flower. Okay, so manifesting my abundance. Honestly, the first thing I get is RN over medical assistant, because it'll give you a lot more room for growth. But you can start as a medical assistant, like start there. So this is not psychic. This is just advice from someone who was an RN. Go the RN path. They actually, at a point, at least at my schooling, they trained me. It's included in part of your schooling to become a CNA or a certified nurse assistant. It's similar to a medical assistant. So you can work as that while you're getting your degree. This is not psychic. This is truly just from having been a nurse, sort of a better path to go. It's a more lucrative career. It's hard. It's a lot of studying, but it's not something you can't handle. You definitely can do it. I literally heard she can do it. There's no list. You just add your question. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you. You have a question. Will Trump be reelected? I worried he might be. So I feel like, no, he will not be reelected. I felt like, and I've done a couple videos on this where I said, I don't know how or like it's all going to work out, but I know that I really don't feel like he'll be around. But I understand the worry, because I find myself there sometimes too. And then I have to remember that everything that my guides have given me in calm moments has been assurance that he will not be around again. This has been a really bumpy month for him, if you notice. And I said that in a video that August and September would be pretty rough months for him. And truly they are. And I know this is someone who has not gotten his comeuppance for a lot of his awful behaviors, but that doesn't keep happening. Hi, KK. So I heard bills for you for what's coming in the next 7 to 10 days. I know. They showed me also something with your car. So I don't know if you need oil change or something like that, but they're showing me something with your car. It feels like sort of like maintenance-y insurance type thing, maybe. Maybe your insurance is coming up too. I know this isn't super spiritual, but when you leave a question like that, sometimes that's what it comes up. And they said you're on track. So stop worrying that maybe you're not doing the right things or you're not in the right path. They just said you're on track. It's very clear you're on track. I said this is just kind of a lull period. So I feel like you're working on manifesting something and it feels like career-wise. But I said just you're on track. Okay, Rochelle, you're welcome. G, you asked if you'll get the job you're interviewing for. Do you have a couple interviews coming up? Because I feel like it's more than one. Because I actually feel like you'll be offered both and you'll have to make a decision. Ola, by the way, when you say trying to lose 100 pounds, just shift the energy of that. Just shift it. Say, I am losing 100 pounds. I am. I'm losing it. It's done. I've done it. I'm working on it. Like it's not, I'm trying because you can. So it's I am. Put it in the I am and the active rather than the passive. Because when you say I'm trying, it feels less powerful. When you say I am, even if you're not there yet, you're still doing it. I always say I am successful. I know I'm going to be somewhere. I know this is going somewhere. I have new subscribers, by the way. I'm super excited about that. But I sort of try and shift it. Or if I say like, my business isn't there or I'm not, whatever, I always add yet at the end so that it's a little bit more in the positive tone. Was Dave ever in love with me? Also, will we ever meet again? I do believe he was in love with you, but I don't feel like you'll meet again. I just feel like that was a karmic cleansing and it was done. And it was actually also for a learning process for you in order to grow. October 4th. Yay. Congratulations, Rochelle. Hi, Ellen. Did you go on that trip yet? Because they keep showing me chocolate. Like there's something about the chocolate. And I don't know what that is. And are you pet sitting for someone? I don't know why. I keep seeing an animal around you. See if any of that makes any sense. I know, Ellen. I'm sorry that sometimes the guides say that, and it's not. Sometimes it's validation for the mundane. Sometimes that is enough validation. I don't get to choose what they tell you. Okay. There'll be more. I want to see kind of what. You're arranging pet sitting for your cats. Okay. Dutch chocolate is fame, but yeah, but I just keep seeing a man and chocolate. So I don't know what this means. He has brownish color hair. If not, it's like dark with some gray in it, but it's and chocolates. And what's his name? His name is either like a J name, like maybe Joel or something like that, but it's a J name with a J, not like a Spanish version of that where it'd be a H. It's a harder J sound. Hi, Sandra. Let me go back up. KK, I'm not sure that you'll get the offer on that job, but I can be wrong. It just doesn't feel strong. Like, actually, as I'm saying that, I'm seeing yes, like big splashing. So yes. So I see dust. I feel like being accepted into school or something, or getting like an acceptance into a program, into some type of study program is what I see. Does that make any sense to you? I don't know if you're applying to colleges or applying to some sort of like it doesn't feel like the what is it? The what were those sweepstakes that they used to like stick the stickers on them? We used to do them when I was little. I was so excited whenever they'd come in. It's not that. It feels like more like an acceptance to college or acceptance to like a study program of some sort. You're welcome, manifesting abundance. I know. I try not to worry about it though, because I really trust everything will be okay. Oh, how cute. Rochelle always puts this on here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Especially since I do it for free. How can it hurt you, right? Lots of bills need to be paid. Yeah. Does the other part of that make sense, KK? You're welcome. Oh, Rosewater, I got a new microphone. It's like for some reason the mic in the computer wasn't working. Thank you, Laura. Okay, let me see. Let me go back up. Sorry. Okay. Ellen, does the man in the chocolate make sense? I just saw a man in the chocolate. So maybe there's a man. Where you going? Okay. Oh, so I see. Does that make sense? Can you just validate that? Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know, KK. I hope it makes sense when you get there. That might be a nice surprise. Hi, JF Sisico1. Welcome. Thank you for joining. You don't like school. It could be like a like a certificate type program that you want to take. It doesn't have to be like traditional schooling. It just feels like being an acceptance letter, not so much you're winning money or something like that. Okay, let me go back up and answer some of these other ones. All right, we're doing good on time. Salome, I literally heard, I see your question. It says, who's coming towards me in love? I know I skipped some people, but sometimes when like I said before, when I see a question, sometimes it just comes to me. I heard nobody, because you're not putting yourself out there. It's like you're just waiting for something to happen and you're not putting yourself out there. Tell me if that makes sense. Are there any messages for you? Okay, this is for you, EQ Thunderbird. You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in and being supportive, everybody. Okay, EQ Thunderbird. Does the name Allison make any sense? Or just because I actually was trying to figure out your name, but then I heard the name Allison. And is there something going on with your right ear? They also said that you need to start listening more. That they're sort of opening up your own intuition more and you're ignoring it or dismissing it. And I also feel like you need to be drinking more water because I feel very, very dehydrated and a little bit dizzy. Let me know if any of that makes sense. Highway 138. So I don't know if one of them I see, like, my friend's husband is an attorney, so sometimes I see him and things, but I see him like taking this big stack and kind of putting it down. And I feel like, I don't know if it means that it gets settled, like without having to actually be in front of the judge, or if it's like dismissed, but something feels like it doesn't actually finish through the whole way. And it feels like a big sack of papers. So I don't know if this one is one that's like more involved, and the other one feels like lighter and easy and just kind of goes like this, like standard. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's sort of what I see. I'm not an attorney, so can you validate any of that? Okay. You're welcome, Jennifer. Oh, I think I already said that. Sorry. See, I get a little lost in my let me see if any of you validated. That sounds pretty good. If they settle, we might not need a second trial. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I saw like the settling. So then the last one just felt like nothing. So I'm going to get you. Don't worry, Mimi. I have to go down and I have to see validations. It's sort of the process I work. Be patient. I will get to you. Until I type no more questions, I will make sure every single person gets their question answered. You're welcome. Okay. Yeah, Bo, you can change your question. No problem. Makes more sense. I don't remember even now what I told you, so I see. I really don't like. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Okay, sorry, I had to look at past things. That's why I don't delete your things, because then sometimes I forget and I need to go back and see them. Hi, my sister's keeper. Okay. Good to see you, Laura. You're welcome, Ellen. Man is going to meet me at the airport, but his name is Erwin. Maybe it'll be a switch of people and it'll be somebody else. I'm not sure. Hi, Sandra. Okay. Sorry, going back up. Okay, Sandra, what will be coming up for you now until the end of the year? I don't know if you have a dog, but I just keep seeing this like black and white, almost sort of like an Australian Shepherd, but not quite, because they're more speckled. So like longer hair, sweet little face. And I keep feeling just a lot of paperwork, like a lot of filing things and getting things sort of settled in place. And there's something good for you coming in February because it feels like a big change, but like planned. And this is like the when it's going to happen is like sort of the feeling. So I'm not sure how that all panels out, but February seems important to me. And then just like sort of like getting your ducks in a row until then. It doesn't feel like anything amazing and out of the way. It feels like very like I've planned this. This is how it's going, and it's everything as according to planned. Will May offer you a job, Mimi? It feels temporary, whatever she's offering, that it's just a temporary thing. But it may lead to more, but it feels like whatever it is, it's temporary. You leave later this week. Okay. Hi, Urban Lady. Alvin. I don't know if he knows where he's at. So this is for you, Saccharine Flower. I don't know if Alvin knows where he's at. I feel like he's testing the waters, is the way I'm being shown it. Sandra, house number 28. Oof. Is it an older lady that owns a home? Because I see an older lady and then like an older gentleman, but it may be her like son. They're both kind of, that's an older lady. Does that make any sense? Just so I can see before I say yay or nay. Oh, thank you for the validation, EQ. There may be some significance with the name Allison, though. So just that might be something that comes up for you as a validation for something. Hang on, Bo. You're not sure. So I feel like if it's this older woman with a son that's older, probably in his 60s, so she's kind of old, that's who I feel like you're going to end up buying the house from. And so it may need some updating and stuff, but that's sort of how I feel. Like it's been kept up nice, but it's just like out of date. And very well a rental could be the case of that. Hi, Mallory. Okay. Urban Lady, will I get to travel abroad soon? It might not be till March. Because I say like, I see a 3 and then I heard 6 months. So I feel like in March. Does that make sense for timing for you? Okay. G, angel message. So this is funny. So they showed me a slinky and they said, learn to be more flexible, like a slinky, like where understand that you're not gonna, just because you bend doesn't mean it breaks and doesn't mean it loses its shape. So it's like learning to just kind of go with the flow more and be a little bit more flexible. Are you typically a type A person? because I feel like that's something that's really important for you right now, is to like take some of the stress off yourself by being a little more okay about not needing to micromanage so much and have everything just so. I don't know if you can validate any of that. All right, Miss Mallory, you're up now. I don't know why this is what I'm hearing right now, but chalk and school, because he's kind of talking in my ear and I just feel this like tingle in my nose, like I want to sneeze or something like that. Like, I don't know if I have a cold, and he's showing me chalk, but I'm hearing like chalk and school. So I don't know if you've been drawing, like, it's like, I don't know if you need to draw with chalk, or it's not very strong, but, and then my nose feels like the way I get when I have a stuffy nose. Does any of that make sense? Are you not feeling well? I hope you are. Gee, let me know if this stuff makes sense for you. Fabiana, go ahead and make a question. I'm actually going to make you the last one. So please, no further questions. All right. So you'll let yours in, Fabiana, but that's it. Then I will answer everybody's and be done for the night. King Dog, you didn't come in tonight. Gee, can you let me know if that makes any sense? And Mallory, let me know too. I didn't miss you, Susan. I always, when I know I have a lot of questions to catch up to, I end the questions so I'm not here for an hour and a half. I finish everybody's questions. Don't worry. Okay, Rosewater, how do my parents feel about me? So they love you, but it's like what they're capable of. I feel like your mom is like in complete denial. Like it's a person who just sticks her head in the sand and doesn't want to deal with anything. And I feel like dad is just kind of like, just kind of goes along with life and doesn't really experience it. Does dad have issues with like headaches and nausea? I don't know if anything makes sense, but like they love you, but it's like not maybe the love that you're wishing for. Your mom has these issues. So they love you, but it's like they're not really capable of giving the love that like a normal person would need, but in their way, they love you. And they certainly don't wish any ill will on you. They just aren't capable of being beyond this extension. And I'm sorry that you have to question that, because that's a really horrible feeling to wonder if your parents love you. Gee, I'm still waiting on you. Did you fall asleep on me? This is weird, Britt. You asked if you had any messages from your angels. I keep feeling like I'm chewing a ton of gum. Like, you know that feeling when you just get like a whole bunch of saliva in your mouth when you just first start chewing a piece of gum? Are you mulling something over a lot? You tend to mull things over is what they're telling me. Like, it's okay to be a planner and it's okay to be like making sure you make the right step and make like a smart decision. But sometimes you just need to like get going. Are you a Libra by chance? Because it's that feeling of like it's almost overwhelming if there's too many decisions and like you don't want to make the wrong step. It's almost like a very nerve-wracking thing of being difficult to make decisions. And more literally, just make sure you're checking into your teeth and that they're okay. Are you due for a cleaning maybe? I actually feel like, Rose, when I see that answer, it feels like I'm not meeting their expectations. I actually feel that's a projection of your own feeling like you're not meeting your own expectations. I don't really think they have huge expectations. I think it's just your mom's want is for you to be happy, and she has these ideas of ways people are happy, and it's not necessarily the way it needs to be for you. Temporary because they might offer you something different for Mimi. Temporary because it might end up being like where she offers you this part and then something like then offers you like a bigger role or some other position. Gee, where did you go? Yeah. Sorry. Laura, as far as your health, you are on the right track. I just feel like you haven't quite given it enough time yet. I keep hearing 90 days. So if you haven't started or you're not seeing the whatever you want, it feels like that's the time that you need to. And then were you like pre-diabetic or something like that? Because it feels like the numbers will come down. But that you really have to be like vigilant about it and be on top of it. And then I see 120 days. So I don't know if you're having another set of tests in like 6 months, like blood work, but it feels like there's like something significant about that as well. Susan, for your finances, I'm going to answer that because there's another, it's written again down below. Thank you, Laura. Oh, you deepened it. Okay. So Christy, deepened a connection with somebody there. And I'm just curious where things are going. I think you'll see this person again. And I think it's moving in the direction that you want it to go. I just think it's a little slower, but it's actually really, really important for the both of you. I feel like there's a lot of past like very bad experiences in relationships on her part too. So she's very reticent, and so she just needs to like tiptoe in. But I feel like you're okay with that. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I do feel like it's moving in the direction you're hoping. Yes, whatever you said resonates. Okay. I feel like the comments are bouncing around a little bit. I don't know if anybody else notices that. Kalium financial situation. Are you like constantly shifting money around to like, because I literally heard rob Peter to pay Paul. So like you're holding off on paying one bill in order to make money stretch and move around. And I actually feel like they're saying to like you need to learn to be more frugal and you need to learn to budget and live more within your financial situation, like live more in your means. But I don't feel like you're going to always be here. I actually do feel like you're working on improving and that your job and your career is going to move in a way such that you won't always be here. But it's really important for you to learn this lesson now so that it doesn't get really out of control when you actually have money. That this is a really, really important lesson for you to learn now. I don't know if you can validate any of that. You're welcome, Kaylee. I'm ahead. Okay. See, these are like bouncing around. This is really weird. See if anybody validated anything. Brett, I have a toothache. Oh, when I'm chewing gum, I plan to call my dentist tomorrow. Actually, I do tend to stew on things probably anxiety related. I would like to make sure. Okay, good. So go to the dentist, please. You might have Libra rising or Libra moon or something like that. That might be why I'm seeing Libra. Having fatigue, shortness of breath, or after climbing stairs and okay, not pre-diabetic though. Thanks. And it could be. I didn't know if it was I wasn't sure if I was with pre-diabetic or not, but it wouldn't. Is your blood sugar ever high? I don't know. I feel like all the way around you're going to be doing fine. I don't know if the 120 and 90 makes sense to you, but it feels like you are on the right path, Laura. Hi, Love Live. All right, let me go back up here. Bo, how did Dee feel about your last interaction? I don't even feel like you're on his radar for. I don't know if you're pretty young, but I keep seeing a really young guy. And it just feels kind of like, cool, whatever. Like, it doesn't feel like a major love attraction or that he even thought much of it. It's not always a bad thing, but I just don't know that your feelings are being returned, but that doesn't say anything about you when someone doesn't return the same feelings. It just means you're not on the same energy wavelength. And sometimes I can tell you that, like, looking back at my life, I'm so grateful that so many things did not work out with guys that I hoped and prayed would, because they turned out to be kind of a mess and they wouldn't have been right for me. Okay. My sister's keeper, I heard yes. But it may even have added something. It may be like, even though it's a coaching class that you already took, it feels like there's something different about it. So I don't know if it's more broadened or more specific, or like what, like that it encompasses more, or it's more thorough now because there's more data or whatever, but it feels like there is something different about it, even if you already took it. Okay, Susan, I'm finally with you. Waiting for a new business to start. Will it be soon and lucrative? So I hear not as soon as you want, but I think the hang up is it feels like either licensing or the building whatever, the place is not being ready, like something not being quite ready. Sort of like, but it feels more paperworky type stuff holding you up than like physical structures type stuff. And lucrative. Not at first. It's going to feel like, oh my God, what did I do at first? Just stick with it. I just feel not at first. Like it's going to take a little while for you to see the fruits of your labor. And again, I can be wrong. Nobody who does this work is 100%. Anybody who goes around and says that they're 100% is lying because none of us are 100%. So always keep that in mind too. Libra girl. What is your Sagittarius's name, please? Names work better for me energetically than somebody's sign. Don't worry, Susan. Hi, Soy C. You're welcome. Oh, the Floyd. Yeah, hit the like button. Like Floyd says, hit the like button. Hi, Jasmine. There are a lot of newbies, right? You just have to ask a question. Okay. Yasmin, where I meet my first soulmate. First of all, I don't believe in soulmates as in I'm going to fall in love, blah, blah, blah. I think we have lots of soulmates and they are in our soul family and we are sisters and brothers and cousins and friends and coworkers and all different lives in this life too. But I don't believe in soulmate as in, that's the one, because they don't exist. There's not just one person that's going to challenge you or make you grow in this life. That being said, you're one that you would like to fall in love with and marry and all of that stuff. I'm hearing 6 months to a year being a big thing, but I also have this hesitation. I feel like you're, there's a little bit of youngness there. Like maybe, do you know, how old are you, love? Jasmine, what were you in a past life? First thing I literally heard was a milkmaid. I actually see you being on, and it feels like a Dutch, and so I don't know if you have a connection to that. Everybody wants to know if there was some really big glamorous thing, but sometimes, we spend a lot of lifetimes where we're just normal people. Like I'm a mom of 3 kids. So, but I see a connection to that. Do you have something going on with your right arm specifically? I just felt tight in here and kind of wiggling my arm around. I can't quite get comfortable. Let me know if that makes any sense. You are 21. Yeah. So it feels like I'm going to meet someone, but I also felt like I'm really young. So I don't know if this person, it might be this is the next long-term one, but I don't know if they're going to be the one. You have very tense shoulders. Yeah. It just felt so maybe that's just a validation for you that I'm sort of not making this up. This is when I'm getting this from my guides and your guides. I also feel like you have allergies and a tickle in your throat. Oh, you started planning a trip for March. Oh, cool. But maybe it'll be, maybe things will change. So that's kind of cool that I got March. Okay, good. Thank you for the validation, Urban Lady. Anybody who validates the things I get, it's always really exciting. You've had the flu too. Okay. So yeah, it's just validation to let you know that I'm not full of baloney, that I'm getting it from somewhere. You're very welcome. That was a fun question. Okay. Kaylin, what does the universe want you to know? I'm sorry, but do you run your mouth a little bit? Because I literally heard you need to learn to you're a very strong personality. It's not a bad thing because I feel like nobody will ever walk all over you. But there is strength in learning to like just sit and observe and see how things play out, and giving somebody enough rope to hang themselves, so to speak. That saying, not literally doing it, but like, letting someone else like kind of stumble a bit. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's just part of, some of our journeys, and we all have our weaknesses and we all have our strengths. So, but that is what I was hearing. Yasmin, I heard 6 months to a year, and no, I'm not getting any more details than that. I don't know why. That's just, sometimes they don't give me details because, like if I were to go, oh, it's a J name, then all you're going to like really be focused on is like, but his name is this, instead of rather like his qualities. Maurice, I have up at the very, like if you scroll up, I put no more questions, please, because otherwise I end up being here forever. So if you want to come back next week, I will be on Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're welcome, Christy. Thanks, Maurice. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. If you subscribe, then you'll find out when I go on and do live readings. I also am going to start doing some live meditations too. The wind, really? I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is. I do give, Susan, I do private readings. And if you contact me, it's annalisa@myspiritualfriend.com. It's $100 for a half hour and $175 for an hour. Oh, I wasn't getting a whole lot of qualities, Yasmin. The wind, you want to let me know what that means? If you have a question, or if you're just on here to troll, let me tell you that I don't accept trolling, and I don't subscribe. It's the truth out of season. Okay. Were you trying to convert everybody? Because it's kind of strange. I feel your nervousness, actually. Woo, you need to work on that anxiety, Levy. All right, so let's finish up, my dear friends. Let's all send the wind some love on her own journey. JF Sico. Only those that can hear you. Okay. The wind, God bless you. I see you're trying. So here's the deal. Bye. I will be blocking you from my channel. I don't need you here. This isn't your platform. So you could go to your own channel and you preach about Jesus and your Christianity wherever you want. This is my spiritual channel. Okay? Thanks. Oh, that really frustrated you. Sorry. Guys, I had somebody else trying to say that I was like talking about energy manipulation, because I was trying to teach you guys how to do visualization, and that you're not supposed to energy manipulate, and like it could set things wrong because Trump is sent by Jesus and all of that crap. So here's the deal. Even in the Bible, they talk about praying with faith and praying and asking for things as if they've already been given to you. That's visualization. And Jesus taught that. So please bring send your stuff somewhere else. You don't belong here. Okay. Sorry. I just get real tired of that stuff. Because, when you're preaching in fear, that's not God. God is not a fearful thing. God is full of love. And if you're preaching in fear, then you're preaching the Old Testament, and you might as well call yourself Jewish then, because Christians don't follow the Old Testament that much anymore. So, sorry. Just getting tired of that. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm at now. A little frustrated. Any positive changes I need to do? Okay. So I feel like the positive changes are happening. I feel like you're really learning to set boundaries with people. And it feels like people are kind of pushing back. So it's making you question whether or not that's working. And it is. I don't know if you can validate any of that. Thank you, Susan. No, I do know they believe in God's unconditional love, but my thought was that because my husband's Jewish and his family's Jewish, my thing is that if you're believing that like in a fearful God, because the Old Testament is this scary, angry God, then that's not, I know you're just saying that and it makes sense. Yeah. So that's what I feel like is going on for you. Listen, I don't mind anybody. I don't poo-poo anybody's religion, but I also don't want anybody coming here preaching to me. So, go to your own channel, preach your own thing. I don't go on anybody else's and tell them they're wrong. I may not agree with other people's opinions or their religions, but I keep it mums to myself because it's none of my business. Your journey is your journey. And you know what? God won't be angry if you spell the whole thing out. Just saying. That isn't the God I know. Okay. Just rephrasing your question, Libra girl. Question since you asked the name. Any love messages from Sag Esteban? Like regarding your relationship, I'm guessing. Why do I feel nauseous when I think of Esteban? Not like he's a terrible person, but I don't know if he has stomach issues. I didn't forget you, Fabiana. You're actually way past Fabiana. You're actually way past where I said that I would. Oh, you're up here. You're up here. You're one of the last ones. I didn't forget you. But this person I asked to rephrase the question. So she was way above you. B night. Be more forgiving of yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. That is really what I feel, because I just feel like such a sadness. Like it's like questioning whether or not you're good enough or you're doing something enough. I feel like you outwardly show a really strong and courageous front, but on the inside you sort of feel like not uncertainty, and it's just stop being so hard on yourself, because really you're doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Susan. Oh, I'm so glad you subscribed. Thank you so much. Yay. Oh, he does have stomach things. Yes, I do think you'll meet up next week outside of work, but it may not be anything like major. It just may be something little, but then that leads to something else. But yes, I do. I thank you. You're welcome, B. Okay, let me go back up to Fabiana, and then I think I'm done. Oh, Isabella, sorry. I feel like Mark's not the one. And I heard, and don't take this wrong way, I heard don't waste your time. So don't waste your time worrying about if you're good enough or why he wouldn't see you a certain way or why he doesn't. It just feels like, it also feels like you're not like, it's again, another like unrequited love, like having a crush and not that person sort of not realizing that you're alive, so to speak. Like they're just not on the same wavelength. That's not always a bad thing. I'm telling you. So grateful that some of my prayers were unanswered. Oh, so maybe that's what it is you do that, the appointment booking temporarily, and you end up moving into doing something else. Love Life will answer yours quick. It's 5 years down the road, I feel like 5 to 6 years down the road. And Kelly, I totally agree. I think the comments are totally bouncing around. All right, so I'm just making sure I'm not missing any. Isabella, did I answer yours? No, I can't remember. Hi, Ontario, Canada. All right. So okay, Isabel, I did answer yours because I see. Thank you. Okay. So anybody, if I didn't answer yours, please come back next week because I'm already hitting. I've been here almost an hour, and I'm pretty tired. I was at the Bronx Zoo all day with my kids and some friends. So I'm going to say good night. Oh, I don't think you seem annoyed. I get it. I've been there and wanted to know who I was going to fall in love with and get married and all that stuff. So I've been there. I'm no judgment. I have more judgment against people who come on here and try to tell me what to believe and influence people who are clearly here for a more spiritual experience than a religious one. Good night, everybody. Wait, you please, Fabiana. Wait, I'm confused. Okay, wait, let me double check. Let me answer the questions. Okay. Oh, I already told you. Okay, what Mark's feelings were for you. Sorry. I get a little psychic amnesia and I can't really. Do I see who the one is? I don't. I actually feel like you need to go through several more people before you're going to meet the one. It feels like lots more dating. And maybe a 2 or 3 year relationship and like it, but it feels like still needing some growth and some more experiences. Beauty shenanigans, it'll work when next week when you come back. If you hit the bell when you subscribe, you'll get notifications when I go on live. And I usually kind of I try to put up at least a half hour ahead of time that I'm going to be going on live and what time I'm going on live. And then you can just ask your questions and I answer them. But at about halfway through, about 25 minutes to 30 minutes in, any questions that are there, I just put no more questions, please, so I can catch up on all of the questions. Because as you can see, I put it at 25 minutes and I'm now already at an hour just trying to catch up. So, because I don't want to be here all night long. I'm tired. So come back next week, subscribe, like everybody. Thank you so much for all of your support. Faith, you were skipped. Were you above where I put my thing? I thought I answered a question with Faith. Oh, wait, any general message? Faith, I'm almost positive I gave you one. Fabiana, I didn't forget you. I answered yours. Oh, maybe you did. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Okay. Okay. Do you have sinus issues going on right now? Because I just feel like this sinusy thing. I don't feel like Tails has feelings for you. I feel like he's a little hot-headed. Does that make sense? Albert, come back next week. Good day, but come back next week because I'm trying to end the session for now. A lot of other people did have the same question. Okay, Faith. I know, but I saw your name and so I thought I answered it. No, Albert, I'm not doing just one no because I've turned everybody else away and I'm on an hour already and I am tired. And nothing works as well when you're tired. So Faith asked a question. If you look up, if you scroll back up, it says no more questions, please. And I do that so that I can answer all the ones who have come. But Albert, come back next week. I'm here every week. You can write what you want. You're not going to convince me. It's called a boundary. If you need a private reading or you feel like you want a private reading, my daughter's really good friend just moved to Brazil. Ciao. So you can email me at annalisa@myspiritualfriend.com. I charge $100 for a half hour and $175 for an hour. And then that's as of now, today's date that this is filming. So if I ever raise my rates, nobody get mad at me. So if you email me, we can work the time schedule out. There's not too much of a time difference in Brazil. So we just do them over Zoom. You're welcome, Susan. Thank you. Yeah. So Fabiana, I felt like he's not into you. So if he's ignoring you, he's not into you. Magic chicken pitch. Huh? I'm going to try and answer. Albert, please stop being a distraction. I don't want to block you because you're just being silly, but you're welcome, Fabiana. Okay, Faith. Watch your diet because I feel like, Faith, with you, your stomach has been really irritated. And I actually feel like it's something very simple in your diet that you're eating. Watch the processed foods because I just feel like I haven't been really taking good care of myself and feeling like kind of worn down and run down. And it's actually really, really, really connected to your diet. And you need to really try and make sure you're getting enough sleep because I feel like that's also part of it. I don't know if you kind of have anxiety a little bit, but it feels like it's sort of related to sleep and just self-care. So making sure that you're really taking care of yourself. Albert, stop it. Faith, does that make sense? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you to all my new subscribers and everybody who's just being sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, Albert. Okay, I'm going to block you, love. You can't be respectful, then you don't need to stay on here. I tried to ask nicely because you weren't being totally rude. You were just being childlike. So everybody, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I will see you back here on next Sunday live. I think tomorrow I'm going to try and do a live meditation for a centering meditation that I wrote. It's about 10 minutes or less. So I'm going to keep it kind of short so that when you're having a rough day, morning or night, whatever, before you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning, it's a really lovely meditation to do. I think it is. So y'all I don't typically do tarot. I not just really kind of for myself or to validate something I'm getting just to see, but I don't really do tarot readings for you guys. I do kind of just like this. I do a scan of your energetic body and then I give you what I get. If you go to my website, www.myspiritualfriend.com, there's a sort of what to expect from readings. You can check that out. You ate way too fast. I could totally fix it. Yeah. And it also just feels like just self-care in general, Faith, that you just really being conscious of what you're doing. So thank you guys for being so lovely and wonderful and for all of your love and support and for sticking with me. Have a wonderful week. Oh, cool. Good, B. All right. Bye, guys.